We face real challenges in the world. But I'm convinced that the patriotism of the American people, if combined with leaders that will actually tell the truth and live with integrity and who know how to lead America back to greatness, that we will rise to the occasion, overcome those challenges, and remain as we have always been, the greatest nation on earth and the hope of the earth. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Now I got to take a couple of questions here, so I'm gonna take some questions back here. Oh, you got a written question here.
Do you support scrapping the Social Security payroll cap so the rich people pay their fair share into the trust fund?
Do I? You have to repeat that, please.
Do you support scrapping the Social Security payroll cap so that rich people pay their fair share into the trust fund?
You know, it's become a very popular. The question was, do I support raising the cap on Social Security taxes so that rich people pay their fair share? You know, there was a time in this country that we didn't celebrate attacking people based on their success, and when we didn't go after people because they were successful. And I happen to think I've watched this president go across the country attacking people, and if you want to speak, you can speak, but right now it's my turn. So let me continue, and that is this. All the streets in America are connected. I watch people attack Wall Street. You know what? We're connected. We're not going to tear down other Americans. We want to make sure people do pay their fair share. Half the people in this country pay no income tax at all. All right? So when we talk about fair share, we got to think about what is a fair share for the American people. But this we know. We don't want to raise taxes on the American people. We don't want to grow government because government is too large already. We want to restrain the growth of government. And when it comes to Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, the truth is the promises we're making 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and 40-year-olds have to be promises we can keep. And you may say we should just raise everybody's taxes. Do you know what the tax rate would have to be able to honor the promises of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid if we just raise taxes and leave the programs as they are? Right now, those programs combined take a payroll tax out of your earnings of 15.3%. That would have to rise to 44%. Sir, we're not going to do that. And so, I'm glad you're on Social Security. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. You know what? I get a chance. I can let you speak in a moment.
You came here to listen to the people.
No. I came here to speak, and you'll get to ask a question. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll let you speak. Hold on a second. Let me speak. Hold on a second.
Social Security for the future. Two-thirds of my income and my wife's income come from Social Security. We're also on Medicare. It's a tremendous program. Yes, it is. The question to you is, what are you going to do to strengthen Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid without cutting benefits?
All right, let's get his answer. Let's get his answer. Okay, all right, you've had your chance. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I'm going to see what you're going to say.
Well, I'll tell you, the way this is going to work is that you get to ask your question, I get to give my answer. If you don't like my answer, you can vote for someone else. But now it's my turn to give my answer. You ready for my answer? I'm not going to raise taxes. That's my answer. I'm not going to raise taxes. And if you want somebody that can raise taxes, you can vote for Barack Obama. But let me tell you what Barack Obama's doing. Barack Obama is killing this economy. Barack Obama is why 25 million people don't have jobs and can't find jobs. And the... Okay, next question. We got another question? I got to give it over here. Yes, sir. You've had your turn. I've had my turn. By the way, all this discussion about entitlements and Social Security and Medicare, recognize I and the other people who are talking about this want to make sure we can keep those programs and that we assure that the next generations know they will have those programs. And I will make sure. You want to raise taxes. You want to raise taxes. Great. That's your right. Vote for somebody who wants to raise taxes. That's just fine. That's the nation of a free society. Look, we have up here a group of people who think we should raise taxes in order to pay for their benefits. How many agree? Okay, you got your answer. I don't agree with you. So your turn has been heard. You've got your chance to speak. I've got my chance to speak. I'm going to take one more question.
Governor Romney, I've been asking a non-question.
What's your name?
My name is Daniel Simmons. I'm 23
Daniel Simmons,
years old.
you're 23, and where are you from?
Question.
Who brought you here?
From Des Moines.
Who are you working with?
Myself. Social
You
Security.
got a little video camera here.
My friend.
Okay, right.
Social Security legally cannot add a single dime to the deficit. Do you agree? Do you agree? I'm also a teacher. Do you agree that Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations? That Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations.
That's your question?
That's my question.
Okay, can I answer?
Answer it.
Do I believe that Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations? Is that the question?
It cannot add to the deficit.
And the answer is this. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid account for about half of federal spending.
A lie. Not the deficit.
Just hold on.
Not federal losing.
Lie. About half of federal spending. And if we are ultimately, not just this year, but over the coming decades, going to be able to balance our budget and not spend more than we take in, we have to make sure that the promises we make in Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare are promises we can keep. And there are various ways of doing that. One is we could raise taxes on people. That's not the way. Corporations are people, my friend. We can raise taxes on. Of course they are. Everything corporations earn ultimately goes to people. So, where do you think it goes? What? Whose pockets? Whose pockets? People's pockets. Okay, human beings, my friend. So number one, you can raise taxes. You can raise taxes. That's not the approach that I would take. Number two, you can make sure that the promises we make are promises that we can keep. And in my view, the areas that you have to consider are higher income people receiving less rapid growth in their benefits and their inflators. If you don't agree with that, you want to give wealthier people bigger portion, that's your right. I think we should have what's known as progressive indexing. I think we also should consider a higher retirement age. Those are things that should be considered as part. That's my view. You may disagree with it. That's my view. But my view is we do not make promises we can't keep. You guys, I want to say this. I appreciate the chance to be with you. We got a few folks up front who got here early to make sure that they could make their voice heard. My guess is they won't be voting for me. That's fine. We have a lot of people running for office. They won't be voting for any of the Republicans. They can vote for President Obama. But you guys are going to be voting for the next president of the United States, a person who believes in America, a person who will balance our budget, a person who will not raise taxes, and I am that person. Thanks, you guys. Great to be with you.